Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Chamberlin Family Farms. So you can see my hat. So this was actually given to me on Christmas as like a gag gift. But I gotta tell you guys, this thing keeps me warm, it really does. So this is made from Suplex. You probably can't see the name up here. But it's like them old Canadian hats, right? So they come down. It's also got this mouth thing. Keep your face warm too. So if you guys want to keep warm in the winter, I do recommend this hat. Like I said, it was meant for a gag, but I tell you what, I absolutely love it, even if I do look like a dork. So wintertime is halfway over, and spring is right around the corner. So here at this farm, we got like a couple more days of cold weather, and after that, it's supposed to get up in the 40, 50 degrees. And hopefully from here on out, I'm hoping, but as you all know, who's been farming or homesteading for a while, this is kind of a gambling job, really. I mean, you don't know what the weather's going to hold, and you don't know what disasters are going to hold. So we are going to go ahead and gamble, and we are going to plant probably at least half of the stuff that we're going to transplant, and some of it we're actually just going to keep in the greenhouse this year. We're hoping to go ahead and plant some stuff. That way, March, hopefully we can start having some tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that we can actually put in our market stand that we made last year. So one of the biggest things this time of year, and those who've been homesteading or farming for a while, you're already probably getting these, but you start getting these catalogs, right? So this here is for McMurray. Got order chickens and fowl and stuff like that. So a lot of you guys are already starting to get a bunch of these catalogs. So it's a good time because you can't really do much outside except composting. You can do that year round. But this is the time to go ahead and start making your plans. If you're planning on making your beds bigger, your garden beds, or planning on getting more animals, putting up fencing, which that'd be a good time to go ahead and do that now too, start putting up fencing. But go ahead and start getting all this stuff planned out, because I mean, like I said, I do predict we're going to have an early spring, but I don't care what the groundhog says either. I ain't one of them superstitious guys. But we usually get our chickens whenever we do order. We usually don't order any, but maybe every other year, every 3 years, something like that, from McMurray. There are other good ones you can order from. The only thing I didn't like about McMurray this year in this catalog, they do not have any American breasts available. So I know you guys probably watch other homesteads, and American breasts are a big thing right now, and there's a reason why. Because from the time they're born, 4 months, they're already starting to lay eggs. To where your other traditional breeds, like Rhode Island Reds and Australope and Orpingtons and stuff, they usually don't start laying until at least 6 months or maybe even a little after. So, I mean, I would like to have them genetics crossed into the chickens that I have. Now, we usually do hatch our own chicks out, and we'll sell them or just keep them here on the farm. So, like I said, we just want to get some of them genetics, get some early egg production, and supposedly the meat's really good too. But, all right, on seed catalogs here in the Midwest, personally, I prefer Johnny Seeds. Now, in the past, we have used Burpees and some of these other ones. I do prefer Johnny Seeds. I mean, I don't want everybody flocking to it because I don't want to. I want to be able to get seeds year round, right? I don't want them to sell out. But through Johnny Seeds, you can actually buy in like huge bulks, not just the seed types. Hey, Jen, can you bring me that green bean bag? So they got like different size bags you can get and everything. So you guys seen them ones at the store and like Baker Creek and stuff sell? They're like little tiny ones. This is green beans. Okay, you get like big bags, heavy bags. Like if you're like a huge farmer, you know, planting, you can even get them huge bags if you're really serious. So I do recommend them. They got a lot of the heirloom stuff and everything. So you might want to check them out. especially if you live in our type of climate. They have about everything you could possibly need here in the Midwest, cold and heat and everything. So check them out. But like I said, we are going to go ahead. We are going to start planting in the greenhouse. I mean, why not, right? We can always put a heater out in ours. Mom's already got a heater in hers. But that polar vortex, it actually did some damage to some of the plants. They got too cold. The heater couldn't keep up. There wasn't enough light. And some of the tomatoes, of course, you guys seen she's got some tomatoes actually growing out there, them little cherry ones. And it just started wilting some of the leaves. I think it's going to come back into it, but we won't know till later on. So yeah, you guys get everything planned. If you guys are thinking about getting a greenhouse, I do recommend it. You guys can get a cheap one. Now, the wind has been like 60 or stronger, really. It had to be stronger to blow that roof off our house. But you can buy one of them cheap greenhouses. I think the next greenhouse we're going to do is we're actually going to dig in the ground and actually build a hard one over top of it, kind of like a hodgepodge. But we're going to dig about probably 4 or 5 feet down and then put the greenhouse on there, and that'll kind of help because you're getting like the earth climates. And if we do another one here on site too, I seen a thing where you dig like a trench, 6-foot trench, and you have pipe running up. You got one pipe come up on one side and one pipe on the other, and you can put a fan on one end and it'll blow. And year round, that will keep your greenhouse, even the cheap ones, it will keep it consistent year round because that ground temperature, it stays the same year round. It don't matter. The same way with the cellar, right? So keep things like that in mind too as you're building, because like I said, if anything happens to our greenhouse, that's what we're going to do. You got to think out of the box, and the way the world's going and everything, you need to make sure you have contingencies in case you don't have electricity. So, and let's see, I'm also debating on whether to keep our sheep or not. So sheep are big grazers. We got cows, and personally, I like beef way better than mutton. So I just kind of want to hear you guys' opinions. I mean, yes, sheep can be cheaper to keep. They don't get as big, but they can have twins a lot of times too. So I'm kind of debating on whether to keep our sheep or not, or just do away with them. The goats we won't ever get rid of because they're browsers. And those who don't know, browsers, they're like deer. They'll go and they'll nibble on leaves and twigs and some weeds and stuff like that. They won't sit there and eat the grass all day long like sheep and cows. So if you could give me some advice on that, whether you think I should get rid of the sheep or keep them. There are benefits. Like I said, I know there's a lot of benefits for sheep, but I just don't see the point of having 2 grazers whenever we primarily have wooded grassland, So put your opinions down there on the bottom. And I also want to hear you guys. What's your guys' plans this year? Are you just getting into this, or you've been doing it for a while and you're going to broaden your horizons? What are your guys' plans? I really, really want to hear them, guys. And also, if you guys live in Indiana, kind of the southern Indiana region, we are looking to actually go to a few homesteads. We got a couple possibly lined up already, but we kind of want to go around and look at some of our neighboring areas and stuff, and we want to kind of see what's going out there. And also this spring, we may actually be going to North Carolina to go visit my daughter and check her out. So we might be willing to stop on our way from Indiana to North Carolina or on our way back and visit your guys' homesteads as well. So there's quite a few states in between there. So if you guys live in that area, give us a heads up and post on the bottom. You can also contact us at chamberlinff@gmail.com. So, and on Facebook on Chamberlin Family Farms. I hope you guys have a good rest of your winter. I know it's been kind of sucky here in the middle, but I really do think it's about over, guys, and it's going to start warming up. And you guys take care. See you later.